my worst value, I have Xander Bogaerts as my worst value. Xander Bogaerts is going to take a step back, in my opinion. I think he already took a step back last year, his first year in San Diego. And I think San Diego's not going to be that good, and it's going to be worse than they were last year. And so Xander Bogaerts, who is a big name, and people still think of him as in that tier with those top guys, with, like we talked about, Turner, Seager, I'd much rather have Bo Bichette than Xander Bogaerts. I'd much rather have CJ Abrams than Xander Bogaerts. And I think Xander Bogaerts is looked at as still one of those top shortstops. He signed this massive 11-year contract with the Padres, and I know they were just handing out money like it was free. But to me, it's a little bit tough, and I would not take Xander Bogaerts at the ADP that he's going at.
Yeah, I think that's a phenomenal pick. I mean, Xander, I think not only was he a little bit lucky last year, and I think that kind of kept his numbers up a little bit. I don't think that he's going to keep it up. I think there's a little more age decline than we're ready to admit. So,
and there's a problem there in San Diego. There's something fishy going on there. And I know the owner was sick and then he ultimately passed away, and I love Don Orsillo, the broadcaster, who's just the best. He's literally the best in baseball. Follows me on Twitter too. But I just think that there's something weird going on there. The vibes seem off. And I just think, hey, maybe it's Juan Soto, and now they got the bad apple out of there. I don't think so, though. It doesn't seem like that. From what I see, the vibes seem to be immaculate over in Yankee camp. And the only picture I've seen other than Don's post, the only pictures I've seen from Padres camp are that one guy's outline of his nutsack. That's the only thing I've seen from the Padres. Do you see that picture? The guy's bending over. Yeah. It's pretty great, right?
That one and the Casey Schmidt one.
The Casey Schmidt one, obviously, but the other one was really absurd. All right, your worst value. I mean, we talked about it already, but if you have anything else you wanted to say about him, go ahead.
No, I won't beat a dead horse, but my worst value is CJ Abrams. Just, I'm not going to pay a top 50 pick again. Maybe if he's in the 75 to 100 range, but no way I'm getting close to top 50 for him. So yeah, just CJ Abrams, my worst value.
And just to say on that, like I saw on, Fantasy Pros that he's at 58 for his ADP. I think 58 is a really good spot for him personally. But I get that if you're looking at him versus Bo Bichette, you'd probably take Bo Bichette. And I can't fight you on that. I can't disagree with you on that. So if they're going around the same pick, definitely go for Bichette. But I think, again, the reason I think it's a best value, and I was going to put CJ Abrams almost as my sleeper, but because he's being, I don't think he's a sleeper because people are high on him. But I do think he's going to pay off that value. You don't, and that's fine.